Hey guys, welcome back to the Vanity podcast. As you can see, I'm on the opposite side of the table that I'm normally on. But
Cry about
fucked,
it.
loser.
I have been fucked.
It's because you weren't on airplane
To
mode.
my right, Amal.
Hello.
In front of me, Kenny. To the left of Kenny,
Hey,
Garrett.
it's me, Garrett. I need a
Garrett.
fucking haircut.
He came out of quarantine just for us.
Yeah.
Can't believe you're getting the coronavirus now. That's how it works.
No.
All right,
we're-
everyone, cough on 3. 1, 2, 3.
So, see, the thing is that you said cough on 3, so I was going to cough on 3, and then we didn't, and then you said go after that. So
But you got it when we didn't go on 3.
yeah, next time,
Yeah,
just,
it's called intuition. Kid.
It's called not being a fucking idiot.
just cough when you say it.
There's, I mean, don't worry. We're actually
Be happy.
We're actually 6 feet apart. Zach is just using his video magic to make it look like we're close together.
We are not actually sitting next to each other at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm actually on the other side of the house.
Yeah, we're not even. All of us are in separate rooms.
Yeah.
Actually.
I'm at my house.
Actually, we were gonna do that.
Yeah.
But then we decided that was gay.
Yeah.
Well, you guys decided it was gay.
Well, no,
You're also
I
gay.
legit.
I mean, I wanted to try it, but
Yeah. Well.
And
I
I was
actually
like-
had no idea what
I
this
was like,
happening.
why aren't we doing it? And you were like, that's too much work.
Well, it was that and because I left my laptop. At
Also
the
that.
store. But
Oh, yeah.
so our plan was I was gonna put my monitor up right here, or over there, because you always sit there.
Yeah.
So that would have been a better spot. But I was gonna put the monitor up right there and just plug in my laptop there, and we were gonna video call. And I was gonna put a mic up against the monitor. That way it looked like that, he was here in spirit.
Mhm.
But
I thought you
It would have looked like he was here. Here
yeah,
No.
is the point.
Yeah.
but
No, it would have looked like one of those, like, robots that just roll around and it's got the webcam going.
yeah, like an ant farm.
Yeah, that great Disney show, Ant
That
Farm.
Great Disney show.
Or it
Ant
would have
Farm.
looked like when people do video calls and they're on the screen.
No, Ant Farm.
Ant Farm.
Did you actually?
Can we talk about Ant Farm?
Did you enjoy?
No,
Ant
because
Farm?
I didn't watch that
You
show.
never watched it. Did you
Yeah.
ever watch
No,
it?
because Disney shows
Garrett,
were
we're so close.
Disney
We're so close.
Disney's
No, they-
live action shows stopped being good.
Who said
And they
that?
probably weren't even good in the first place, but they stopped being good after our time.
No, they
so
also
excited.
did something like that on the one that Logan Paul was in,
Oh, for fuck's sake!
or Jake Paul.
The one on YouTube, right?
No,
I feel that.
when Jake Paul was in a Disney show, it was called like, it was about being YouTubers.
Jake Paul's new show, getting jiggy with it. Now on Disney Plus.
Jake Paul's new show teaching kids how to gamble.
Jake Paul's new show,
Jake Paul.
The douche.
So
I see we ran out of jokes for this subject.
with Jake Paul being on a thing, I don't remember that at all. But I do remember.
Well, yeah,
I
because
do remember the South Park episode.
they got fired off of Disney once the whole wasn't it with the dead body thing?
It was
When they got
some- yeah,
fired?
it was something
Oh,
like that.
okay.
He got
I do remember something about Disney.
he got kicked off the show, and then I think they just canceled the show.
But no, I remember the PewDiePie was on a South Park episode.
Well, yeah, but that was a long time ago.
Well, yeah, and it really wasn't like.
Yeah. Well, PewDiePie says the N word, so he's on South Park now.
Oh yeah.
That's how it works.
That is how. It
After you say the N word, you get on South Park.
But that was way before he said that. So they just predicted it like the Simpsons.
Yeah.
But no, I remember like I was super excited for that episode, and then it wasn't really. I didn't like the way that they implemented him.
It wasn't very good.
It was literally just them watching him play a new Call
Oh.
of Duty,
That's weird.
and he shot the president.
In the game or in real life?
Because the first mission was to save the president.
Oh,
What's up, bros? It's PewDiePie.
And they were like, PewDiePie! And then that was it. That was the whole collaboration.
Wow.
I stopped watching South Park
Oh.
just because of the fact that
Despised.
just because I stopped watching like
gonna
it.
shoot him.
It never came around to something that I like stopped liking. I just between seasons forgot about South Park basically and never got back around to watching it.
Yeah.
I only watched South Park in like very broken up fragments, and I've never sat down and watched it through completely.
It's really good.
So I know, because I've seen it.
Yeah.
I just not all of it.
Yeah.
I haven't either.
Or even a majority of it. I've only seen a few episodes. I think the reason I stopped watching South Park, like, it was because when I was not like a wee lad, but a relatively younger boy, I was watching South Park, and this dude basically absorbed someone into his ass.
Oh yeah, yeah.
He like pulled down his pants and started grunting really loudly and bored someone through his ass. And I went, "What the fuck is the purpose of this show?"
No, I could never watch it because our television was in our living room. So anytime I wanted to watch something, I would have to do it while nobody was home because my mom would walk in and be like, "What is this?"
You're like Family Guy.
And you'd be like, "Mom, I swear, anime isn't normally this bad."
I was on the
And it's
last.
two girls doing some hentai stuff.
Is South Park an anime? Yes or no?
I was on the last
Yes.
episode of The Witcher, and my mom came
Nice.
home from work or whatever.
And she turned it off.
And then I was
She
like-
saw a bunch of people getting murdered.
Yeah, because it was like a war,
Yeah.
and I was like,
It's because fucking Nilfgaard invades, and Nilfgaard's the coolest motherfuckers in town.
I
And-
thought
and-
you were gonna say she walked in right as the sex scene started.
Oh yeah, one of the many sex scenes in Witcher.
there's like 2 or 3.
I feel like there's more than that, but
There's
I might
a
just
lot
be.
of nudity.
Yeah, there's a
but
lot of
there's,
nudity.
Like 3 sex
Yeah.
scenes.
But yeah, she came in while that was happening, and I'm like, I'm not gonna turn it off. So if you don't want to watch it, you can go upstairs.
And she said, "This is my house."
No, it's
I'm
my
moving
house.
out, and then you moved out, and now
Yeah.
now you're at your new place.
Yeah, all because I didn't want to watch The Witcher with my mom.
Yeah. So yeah, he just told me like 5 minutes ago that he finally moved in. I didn't know that he was fully moved into the new place. Where is
Yep.
it?
It's
Don't say directly.
I mean, it's further away from here than my other house.
Mm-hmm.
That's a shame.
But it's just an apartment complex on
Okay,
Park.
but now we can go raid his house.
Oh,
fail to
I can't wait
understand.
to swat you.
Dude, we're gonna
It's
smash
great.
through your ceiling and shoot you.
No,
That'd be
I'm
hilarious.
I'm just waiting for the day whenever someone like actually looks me up and finds my address, and I'm just gonna have to be like, all right,
Can't
cool,
move.
yeah, great.
That's
You're
how.
gonna wait for. I thought you were gonna say you were gonna wait for someone to break in so you can pull out a revolver.
I cannot
Why?
wait to murder someone. I can't wait till the day someone breaks in and I can legally
Someone,
take their life
please.
away.
This is my address. Break in so I can claim it's self-defense.
Like, we can
Yeah.
turn our way back.
I just bought a gun. Here's my address.
come and get me.
Honestly, that'd be a pretty good way to get people to not try to find you.
I mean, yes, but then
Unless-
there'd be-
threaten to
you
kill.
know there'd be some
Unless they
crazy
have a
mother-
bigger gun.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
then
or-
you piss off some crazy motherfucker who'd come to your house with like a fucking fully automatic chain.
John Wick comes to your house.
Yeah.
Did you ever see
Just
the?
just drive by with a fully automatic
and
gun.
he's gonna saw your house in two.
So you remember Unfriended?
Mhm.
How bad that movie was.
Yeah.
Okay, so there was
Wait, was
I'm-
Unfriended the Skype call one?
Yeah, it was the horror movie.
So-
Where it all takes place over the Skype call, which is a
That's-
really cool concept.
But they
Just
did
really
it so
badly
bad.
executed.
Yeah.
The
Badly.
sequel was pretty good. This
Was
is
it really?
This is the one I'm talking about. The dark web one. Because the dark
Oh.
web one was cool for 2 reasons.
Well, how did they do a premise for that? Is it the same ghost haunting people, or
It's
what?
not a ghost.
No, it's like people.
It's-
So like they find a laptop that has access to the dark web.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they're like, oh, cool. Now we can look at some creepy shit. And then some dude joins their Skype call.
Yeah, no, that's
No,
not.
no, no, no.
You,
No
you
one- no
don't
one joins
don't
the Skype call.
don't go on the dark web.
So he
Oh,
didn't go
well.
on the dark web directly. So what it was he saw like this application that said like the river, and he was like, the fuck is this? So he clicks on it, and it's like an 8-bit like boat going down like the Styx River, right? And then it's just like
The
it
river
kept saying
Styx.
that like Watcher number 1 or whatever like came in, blah blah blah, and so they were like the superior people, like it was like a cult. So anyway, the reason why that movie was really cool was the fact that in theaters, depending on which time you went at, there were 2 different endings that played in the
Oh
theaters.
yeah, I did.
Really?
Hear about, I did
Yeah.
hear about that.
So the one that I got was not the one that my friend got. So when we started talking about the movie and he explained the ending, I said, that's not how the movie ended. And he was very confused. And so then we like talked about it, and the endings were very different. Like significantly different. So, spoiler alert, on my ending, the main character went to go
Pee,
no.
and they watched him pee.
No, he went to go try and save. He went to try to go to this place to go save his girlfriend, right? at a bus stop or whatever. But while he was like crossing the street, it like cut to the webcam of the street light, and a bus ran him over.
Great.
And then they got out and they dragged his body into the bus.
Oh, nice.
Very
And
epic,
so
very cool.
that was the ending of mine. The ending of his was he arrived at the location for his girlfriend, and
She stabbed him.
She was buried underground, crying for help, and he couldn't find her. And so then he started like trying to like undig her, and then I think he got
Shot.
He got shot, but he lived. Like the main character ended up living, but then the rest of the people that were in the Skype call died.
Oh.
So it was cool because of the fact that it wasn't like ghosts. That's why it was cool.
I thought it was like someone joined the Skype call and was like, "You have something that's not yours," and then
I'm sure he joined at some point.
Yeah, no, I remember it was super early on. It wasn't like he stayed persistently through the call.
Yeah.
But they were like all freaking out about stuff happening to them. Like, I think someone's here, and then everyone would be like, "No, don't go," and then the person would leave anyway, and then they.
I forgot why I brought it up until now. So it was because you said, "Here's my address. I have a gun. What are they gonna do?" This is why I was gonna say it, because one of the people on there was like, he was so set on the fact that he's completely hidden from the grid. Like no one can find him. Like it doesn't matter that these people are showing up at the other people's Skype calls houses because there's no way that they can find him. But he posted vlogs all the time. So what they ended up doing was they somehow found his address. I don't remember how exactly, but he accidentally said it on one of his, or he did it like that. Like he said like, "Oh, we're going over to this street or this street," but he never said where he actually lived. But they narrowed it down.
They were able to figure it out. Yeah.
They narrowed it down, and he was like, "Well, what are they gonna do?" So they called the police. They swatted him, saying that he had a gun and that they were gonna do whatever. And on one of his vlogs, they were like mixing music, and they were doing soundtracks of like the guns or whatever. And so then they hacked into his Bluetooth speakers, and while the cops were like, open up, they played with full volume a shotgun cock, like off the Bluetooth speakers. And then the cops just shot down the door, and he just got riddled with bullets.
Oh my god!
Like on the Skype call, and then it ended.
Very cool.
That's some Reddit shit.
Yeah.
Like the time, I can't remember exactly what it was, but that time on, I think it was during the whole like Hillary Clinton trying to be president shit, and then she was like, "Pepe's a racial." Pepe's a.
Isn't Pepe still on the
like
the hate symbol?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when she like decreed it a hate symbol, and I can't remember. I think it was like Shia LaBeouf hung a flag on a flagpole, and I can't remember what it was for, but he hung a flag that was supposed to be like equality or some shit. I can't remember. But there was a live feed of it that he set up, and he set up the camera so that it was facing up at the flag so that you couldn't see any streets or traffic or anything. You could see literally nothing else around it so that no one could come and take the flag down. And so a bunch of people on Reddit found out based off the clouds, like what clouds they were based off like just looking at them, what this would have been like, the clouds above it, where it would have been. And then someone drove around honking his horn so that the people on the stream could hear and see how close he was until they found it, and they hung up a Pepe flag.
That is crazy. Like the fact that people are able to do that.
Yeah.
And quick too.
Yeah.
Like not even like it takes a long time.
Like
I don't think it was even 24 hours.
Fucking clouds. They're like, "Oh, I've seen that cloud."
Like the fact that it's crazy because people think that like, oh well, I mean I am pretty safe when I'm online. Like nobody's gonna be able to find, where I am or who I am.
And
but
then
like
someone said it. You thought, bitch.
But like, there's always like if someone wants to find out who you are, they will.
Oh, with ease.
So like
with absolute ease.
I mean, it's a good idea to like try to keep yourself safe, but like if someone wants to find out who you are, they will.
It was we
sponsored by Zoom.
I can't believe there's like how are they not getting a lawsuit yet?
I don't know.
Because they're big.
Because they patched it.
They patched it. Sorry guys, little glitch in the system.
China's not getting your secrets anymore.
But no,
Yeah, don't worry. All those videos of you undressing, we're not keeping them.
No.
Don't worry.
We're not.
Just don't check though.
So
No, they're not getting sued because they've got videos of all the people trying to sue them undressing.
Blackmail.
If you sue us, your naked body is going on the internet. But no, while we were in...
But I won't get paid for this one.
Not my OnlyFans. So while I was in computer science, we literally had towards the end of the year where they were like, your digital footprint is probably massive. And they were like, so we want to show you how easy it is to like do this stuff. So we're going to give you a task. And the task is to find, just like Google your parents' like information and try and see how much like info you can find on them just by Googling them and like doing whatever. And I was like, this is gonna be so much fun. So I Googled myself first, and for some reason mine, like, I couldn't really find.
Because they knew you were looking,
online.
so they started hiding your
So
shit.
they started hiding it. But on my sister's, like, it popped up instantly, and then same with my dad, like, literally everything just popped up instantly. And then it's like the thing where you can like pay like $3 to find out their home address and their phone number.
Yeah.
And I was like,
That's kind of spooky.
I want to know if this is real. So I paid $3. Yeah. It gave me the legit address and the phone number of my dad, and I was like,
yeah, like if I look up my username that I use for everything, it'll show up with a bunch of things, but there's a few that have my actual name, which you can go through to my Facebook page that I have.
Yeah.
And my Facebook page has literally everything about me, just there,
Including
even
dick
though
size.
even though it's like
Even his what size?
I'm just
His
friends
dick
with
size.
bio.
Okay.
Bio,
I was gonna say top
19,
size.
male, 7.5.
And someone goes, "What the fuck is 7.9?"
So like it doesn't even matter that I use like an anonymous name for everything. It's still people can still find
Because
me.
I did that with mine too. Like, I looked up Golden Key 79, which like now if you look up Golden Key 79,
There's less shit.
there's less due to the fact that everything has switched to Azrael Vanity. But if you what was so funny to me, which I'm pretty sure it's still there. I mentioned this before, but when you Googled Golden Key 789 or now Azrael Vanity, James's senior picture would come up.
Oh yeah, I remember
I
you
forgot
saying
about that.
I didn't know that.
and I didn't understand why for the longest time. And then you showed up at one point, but it's because of Twitter.
Yeah.
It was something that like James had liked one of my tweets or something.
What? That's why?
And so his profile picture was just showing up on the thing
On the Google Images.
on Google Images whenever you looked up my username, and I was like,
Very
because
cool.
I was trying to. There's a lot of times where I can't find the original file of my logo, so I'll like Google myself because it's on Google Images, and I'll just download it there. And that's how I found out. Because I just Googled it, and I was like, James,
James.
what the fuck are you doing here?
James on the sideline has been
happy,
using
yeah.
your account.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just been.
He's
secretly
been posting
a
his
bunch of
senior
shit.
picture.
Look how cute I am today. Mike, delete me.
Getting to a new topic though.
I guess.
I've already told Kenny this, but Persona 5 Royal. I want everyone in this room and everyone who's watching to play it
Hey.
immediately.
Garrett,
Hi.
it's about time. Also, Zach, but you started it at least.
Like, no
What did I
joke.
start?
So Persona 5.
What did I start?
Persona 5.
P5.
The first game, like, don't get me wrong, it was great. I loved P5, and that can be shown through my 600-hour play count of the game. But the thing is that after that, of course I'm feeling a little bummed out. So P5R releases, I was like, okay, cool. I expected to be just P5 level of coolness, right? Like I'll get a coolness factor, maybe new confidants, new places to chill out, and I started playing it, and that was about what it was all the way up until the previous game's second final palace / boss. And upon doing that, I sat there and I went, wait a minute. This is not how the game ends. This is not how things go. And things started happening with certain characters, which I can't describe because all of you have never played the game, and that'd be spoilers. But the final palace, which just started, like, is the coolest fucking palace on the face of the planet, with the most badass music. because the title of the song is called "Gentle Madman," and I won't say to look it up, but look it up. But it's so fucking cool.
Zach, you've had so many chances to play. We literally had you start Persona 5 like a month before Royal came out because we believed you would finish Persona 5.
That was dumb of you.
You've done 2 streams of it, and that was
Well,
it.
I've done 3
I mean, that's
streams of it.
that's why.
3.
And they were 2 hours each.
Exactly.
You think 6 hours
Absolutely
is enough?
of the 150-hour game.
I
No,
mean,
like,
that's
you
that's
see,
probably
Scratch
that's
the
probably
tip
why
of
you
the
haven't
ice on the
finished it.
iceberg.
That's probably why you haven't finished it because you want to finish it on stream.
That's literally the reason
Yeah.
why. And
You've been streaming just the things that aren't it.
I'm having so much fun with Valorant.
I know you're having fun. Just find a middle ground.
Listen,
Play Valorant and then Persona 5.
Play
See, the
Persona
thing
5
is
during the
that-
day, and then at night stream Valorant.
The thing
Just
is,
stream all day.
12 hours of Persona 5.
Where did my
12 hours of Valorant.
Where does my job go in there?
nowhere.
Quit.
I'm a full-time streamer. Please donate to my Twitch.
But
Your dad will understand.
and then the final boss, there's this song, and for those of you who
Yeah,
have
he
played
was
the
he
game,
was he was
It's
ranting
called
about it
Angry
this morning.
Madman.
no, it was
Less gentle, angry boy.
it was Life Will Change, Rivers and Deserts, and there was one other. What did I say? Last Surprise.
Yeah.
It was like all 3 of them somehow managed to get together and have a baby,
There it goes.
and that's the song.
Talk louder now.
And it's not a medley. It's its own song. It just kind of like references the other 3 songs to make its own song. And I came buckets.
Where are the buckets?
I drank all of them.
Nutrition. We love a good protein
I'm also
shake.
real simp over here.
Sip it
Simp
on
for yourself.
Hey boy, simp yourself.
Sip yourself.
But but like in actuality, I have never came so close to physically exploding in my entire life from how
Is
much
that what
hype.
The song is why you screamed?
Huh?
That's why you pinged us in the Discord?
Oh,
You said,
yes.
"Ah?" The song?
Yeah, the song and then the ending. It was all great. They enhanced the ending for the game as well, so it's not just Valentine's Day
Right.
and then the game's over.
It's Valentine's Day, but in 4K.
I told everyone so many fucking times that there's like a lot of shit they add to these editions to
Well, no,
warrant.
it's not that I didn't believe you. I was just thinking that the stuff they add is probably just gonna be P5 level, not hey, this great game we have. Let's make it godly.
So you also have to think of how great the next one's going to be, though, because the next one's going to be on next-gen consoles.
Well, the thing is that apparently they added stuff in Persona 4 Golden that P5 didn't have.
I see. You
so-
mean like?
like
Well, we can't really
social
talk
links
about it.
for everyone?
Yeah, yeah.
Instead of just the main character,
Right.
so you can't figure out who the villain is based off of going, this guy's stuff isn't giving me anything, and it progresses through the story.
So with talking about next-gen consoles,
Ugh. We're moving on.
I mean, you can if you need to say something, you can.
Tell us all your insight about P5R.
He has none.
Well,
I have
because
all
I
the
haven't gotten to
knowledge.
play it yet. But it was when James beat it like a week ago.
He
James
said he
beats it a
romanced
lot.
Haru. He beats it to Haru.
Yes, when James beat the game like a week ago, he messaged me, and I was just getting off work, and I look at my phone to messages from James that read, it was an image of his completed save file, and he said, "I can't believe I slept on this game for so long. It is easily one of the best games ever made," and I went, "Yes!"
Kenny, like, I told this to James, but I don't think you understand.
Yes, because I haven't played it yet.
You need to play it.
I
Get in my room and play it, stupid.
Well, hey, I'll tell you what.
stream
You're
it.
going to tell us you're going to stream it and then not stream it.
I
Okay,
will-
next.
I will next Saturday. I will stream it all day.
I feel like that's a fucking lie.
I also feel like that's a fucking lie.
I mean,
Yeah!
He streamed Valorant
I'm
all
sorry,
day.
that probably hurt your pinky.
No, I'm fine. Yeah, just don't stream. take Valorant off your computer so that you can't so that you can't
You
get
know how lucky I was to get a key?
So
yeah.
lucky.
Just take it off so that you can't get distracted.
There's like hundreds of thousands of people trying to get keys and none of them get them.
Yeah, it's so funny watching them all scream and complain. Oh, the agony that they are in. It's so great.
I mean, it looks fun.
It was actually really funny because I pulled up the Discord because the servers kind of went down for a little bit on like launch day, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? So I looked at the Discord to see if other people were having issues, and people were getting so legitimately angry that they weren't getting a key that 7 people all started a bot list that was shoving thousands of bots into the server and spamming hundreds of messages each of just random Latin language, like just in every single chat, and they didn't know what to do. So they turned off all permissions for everyone but the like moderators, and no one could look at chat, no one could talk in chat, no one could do anything until they went through, they banned all the people who put the bots in there, banned all the bots, and then they had to single-handedly go through and delete each message by itself because Discord doesn't have mass delete for some reason.
Dude, when you piss people off, they can do some crazy shit.
It's so funny. And, like, it's just...
I don't know. I think
up.
it's
Like,
kind of a dumb system, though,
I mean, no, 100%.
to just have it be like, you might get a key if
Not
you
even-
watch streams that are
See-
specifically drops enabled.
Yeah, and that's the thing is that it 100% benefits the big streamers and destroys the smaller streamers because the smaller streamers don't have... It's not if you have Valorant and you're streaming Valorant, then drops are enabled and people can watch your streams and get it. It's from specific streamers.
Oh.
So there was one person who on launch day... By the way, the whole category of Valorant on launch day had 1.3 million people watching.
Very cool.
There was one streamer, even like, I think it was last night or 2 days ago, Summit 1G had 213,000 people watching his stream.
He still does.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
I-
Apparently, I heard about a streamer who just had the tag drops enabled
Oh yeah, he didn't actually
and didn't
it.
have any drops enabled, and people
What a
got
fucking Chad.
pissed.
Yeah. You know
Because
who
there was
else
so
did
many
that?
people just in his stream trying to get drops, and then it turned out that he wasn't
You know who
actually
else did
doing
that?
He
it.
said,
All
"Hey."
left.
Doc did that.
He said, "Hey, April Fool's guys, I wasted your time."
Literally. Because
Yeah.
Doc put that he had drops enabled when he didn't.
Damn.
He does not have drops. You know who does? Pokimane.
Of course Pokemon
Yeah,
does.
Pokemon's been playing.
Which I think is only because, I mean, she plays League of Legends.
Probably, yeah.
But see, and the whole thing is that like people are now having theories that like if the more hours you put in League of Legends, the higher chance you have of getting a Valorant drop. Which like I don't know is true
I don't know.
because I don't have many hours in League, but I definitely have put
I forgot.
some hours in League.
I forgot all of my league shit anyway, so I had to make a new Riot account.
Anyway, so back to what I was saying before. Yeah, no, I will stream.
Oh yeah, back to
Valorant
that.
on Saturday.
I do work on Saturday.
We'll just
So
call off.
Don't stop when I leave. And then I'll come back and I'll get back on.
Okay. Just throw up at work. Be like, oh, I was
Just
doing a
cough and
delivery."
say you have the coronavirus.
Yeah,
Let
no,
you go
because you're
very
doing
easily.
deliveries, right? Just
Yeah.
say you threw up while you were driving.
No?
Yeah,
That's not how that works.
They
That's
will
not-
believe it.
yeah.
No, that's how it works. 100% they'll believe it.
Also, I need money.
Dunk your hands
You don't need money when
In
we're
some-
playing Persona.
strange brown liquid you find on the side of the road.
For someone who's put less than 5 million hours in Persona.
For someone who's put less than 6 hours into Persona.
Less than.
And then walk in to
Greater
your
than.
work after a delivery
Equal
and just
to.
be like, "This is all of my throw up that I did on my steering wheel."
And they said, "Oh, thank you. Let me investigate."
Yeah, that
Wait a
tastes
minute,
like Kenny
that's
poo.
the brown fluid I left outside.
Where did you find this?
This is the shit I left on the road.
So anyway.
I know what my shit tastes like.
That is the 4th time you have brought up eating shit.
No, I need to stop.
It's always
I need to
I
stop.
know what my shit tastes like. Garrett, do you eat your shit?
Garrett, are you illegal now?
No.
He has something to tell
Get the
us.
fuck out of this house. No, so I
Garrett
walked,
started the coronavirus.
I think two days ago, I walked downstairs. No, last night I walked downstairs.
I think you do it every day, though,
And-
is the thing.
Maybe. There's some days I stay upstairs the whole day.
How do you
Hey,
eat?
like me.
I have him bring me food.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
kidding.
that's fair.
So I walked downstairs and Kenny was watching Harley Quinn.
Oh yeah.
The Harley Quinn show on the DC streaming service.
Have you seen it yet? Probably not, because it's only on the DC streaming service.
I've seen clips of it and I want to watch it.
It's so fucking good.
It's legitimately really fucking good.
And I was telling him about it too this morning.
Yeah.
About how it's really fucking good.
Yeah.
You didn't even
Too
have
bad
to
I
tell me
have.
it was good.
I know.
Because I walked down.
You walked
on
down.
a fantastic joke, and I don't even remember what it was at the time.
I don't remember what it was either.
But
He walked down after his shower, no shirt on, coming down to get a shirt. And he just stood at the staircase watching for like 10 minutes
Yeah.
because he just sort of like just got enveloped
yeah,
into
it just sucked me in instantly. Because
Yeah.
it's when you're walking downstairs to go get a shirt and you see good animation Harley Quinn say, "What the fuck are you doing?" You're kind of like, huh. Let me sit here and see how this is gonna pan out a little bit.
Yeah.
And it was fucking great. And so then Kenny went off to work, and I was like, I can sit here for a little bit. Or even before you went to work, I sat there and I watched like 4 or 5 episodes with
Yeah.
you. 2 hours we just sat there and watched some episodes. And then he left for work, but I missed the first 2 episodes. So when he left, I watched the first 2. And then later on the night, we finished the first season. And then the first 2 episodes of season 2.
because they're doing it like Disney Plus, where they do it week by week instead
Yeah.
of Netflix's superior
The
upload
entire
everything
season
and
at a time. But yeah, no, Kenny had mentioned the timeline that it's going.
It's really fucking weird.
So weird.
like the show manages to be accurate to the characters. Like their portrayals are still accurate, but still very clearly parodies. Like
full parody.
Yeah. Like Bane instead of
I fucking
instead of
love
Bane being like Bane, he is still physically like Bane, but they use the Tom Hardy Nolan Batman Bane voice. Oh yes, you merely adopted the dog, but also he's really dumb instead of really smart, and he just wants to blow everything up. Like when he gets upset at things, he just threatens to blow it up.
It's really funny.
And he's like the butt of everyone's joke. Like everyone, he's in the Legion of Doom, but everyone at the Legion of Doom always like shits on him.
Yeah, for no reason. And there's this running thing that also went into season 2 that he really wants a good chair.
Yeah, like they don't give him a chair that like fits him or anything. And so
Here's this foldable chair.
they give him a shitty foldable chair, and everyone else has really nice chairs. And he's like, guys, if we could pay the expenses
no,
for a nice map, why
Not
couldn't
even that, because Harley came in and they were like, look at this map. So then they put this map on the table, and he goes, wait a minute. we had the time to make a map, but not find another admin chair.
And they're like, Bane, listen, just to shut you up. We just thought it'd be really fucking funny if we put you in a bad chair.
It was so good.
So-
So yeah, definitely watch it when you get the chance.
But yeah,
Watch it.
to avoid spoilers, the timeline gets really weird.
like super fucked.
To the point where they're just sort of like they don't give a shit about what happens. And it's just weird to watch some of the shit happen with characters that are like perceived as immortal just because of the pages of comics, that you don't see them die.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah,
It's weird.
especially in season 2,
Uh-huh.
because the whole storyline that they're going to be doing in season 2 is just yes.
It's just Harley hunting people in
Yes.
season 2
Oh.
is what they've set up for this season.
Nice.
big names,
But-
not just people. Like
yeah,
big
yeah.
names.
But regardless, the show's really good and well written. And so watch it.
Yes.
I was really worried about this DC streaming service when they first announced it.
Well, it was shit when it first came
Well,
out.
right. They're like, hey, we got Titans.
Not good Titans, but Titans.
But so I was really worried when they first announced the streaming service because it was the only place you could find any of their shit. All of DC's shit is on there and nowhere else. And like shit like Young Justice is really fucking good. And I was like, they're only gonna care about views. If shit like Young Justice doesn't get views, if shit like Harley Quinn doesn't get views, if they don't see the numbers, they're not gonna like redeem it for new seasons and shit.
Yeah.
Everyone and their mother is gonna just pirate it. And so I was really fucking worried. But Harley Quinn is season 2, so
and
I'm
like pretty
Well,
quick.
I even
yeah, quickly.
I just saw like a couple of clips on YouTube
Yeah.
about it, and I was like, "This looks pretty good."
There's fucking the one that set me off because I saw
Is this one you sent me?
yeah, because it was I watched the premiere when it came out, and I was like, this is really fucking good. And then I just sort of forgot, which is why I was watching it the other day, because I wanted to catch up.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason I remembered to catch up was because on Twitter I saw a clip of Joker with one of his henchmen, and he's like, who could be funnier than me? And he goes, Harley Quinn? And he goes, no, women aren't funny. And he shoots him.
Shoots him 3 times. It's so funny. And yeah, no, I like completely forgot that the whole DC streaming service even existed.
Mm-hmm.
Because once the whole like Teen Titans thing died down, which by the way, did they ever mention why they gave Starfire legit fire powers
In
Teen
Titans,
She
Her
doesn't
name.
have fire powers,
Her
by
name.
the way. Yeah, they're like, Starfire? Fire?
She got them fire.
They literally made her heat blast from
yeah,
the
the Titans show didn't look good at any point.
No.
Well, I mean, when they were showing off the promo images, it looked good. Up until they showed off Beast Boy. When they showed off Robin, and when they showed off Hawk and Dove, again, the
those
images.
are cool. Yeah.
When they showed off Robin and Hawk and Dove, those costumes look fucking cool. And I was like, this might be good.
And then they showed
the trailer.
Yeah, and what it was so bad.
Where
Especially the
Robin
Raven.
kills a bunch of dudes and says fuck Batman,
Yeah.
and then he like steps on someone's face and you can hear a really shitty bone crackling. And
it
Oh,
cuts
yeah.
to really bad
Man.
CGI smoke
Yeah.
with Raven
yeah,
getting angry.
and really bad Starfire with fire.
Like
Very epic.
Raven is very emo. We all know this.
No. Raven's not emo. She's goth. There's a
Yeah,
difference.
Okay, goth.
There's a difference.
But the way that they did it
In the show, she's certainly emo.
it's just they did it so horribly.
Apparently, Doom Patrol's really fucking good,
It is.
and I really want to watch
I've seen
it.
a clip of it, and I was like, "That's actually funny."
But I need to rewatch Young Justice because I still haven't seen season
What?
3.
You're on episode 13 now.
Yeah,
I watched episode
you
1
watched
and
2. Yeah,
So I have to catch up.
season 2 is really, really fucking good. And then season 3 I just need to watch, so I'm rewatching it so I can
How
remember
many
all the
are
shit.
in each season?
I don't
Is it
remember.
Like 20.
Probably.
Because those shows normally have more than anime, obviously. But
I don't know about that, Chief. Anime has. You haven't watched
other
Hunter
than
x Hunter, my friend.
25. And
You haven't
each
watched
season-
Hunter.
You haven't watched the Chimera Ant arc, my friend.
How many episodes are in each season of Hunter?
One Piece.
I'm not talking about overall.
I don't know about
Season.
Oh.
seasons.
Yeah, that's
but
what-
I
that's what
but
I'm-
I know that the first 3 seasons of Hunter x Hunter cover like 90 episodes.
Yeah, no, I was only talking about
Hey,
just seasons.
Also, speaking of anime and needing to watch Garrett, you need to watch.
You need to watch Haikyuu.
Good, you need to watch
Oh my
Haikyuu.
God.
Garrett,
I have a
I
video.
need to get you on Haikyuu.
I've been struggling.
It's so
Shut up!
good.
Shut
No,
up! Shut
no,
up!
no.
I've been struggling with this in my head for about a week now, and I haven't said it to anyone because I've been scared with myself, not of like what other people think, but I might like Haikyuu a little more than JoJo,
Oh shit!
and I don't know yet. I don't know yet.
Uh-oh,
I mean,
think
I've
I'm
heard
breaking
good, I've heard
Kenny.
good things.
Imagine
I haven't really been
volleyball
watching.
beating stands.
I haven't been really been watching that much anime recently, but
Okay, but still, like Haikyuu is probably one of the best shows to ever exist.
I'm gonna have
Not-
to attest to that.
I like
It's
obviously.
for me, it goes Cowboy Bebop, and then I don't know between JoJo and Haikyuu. They're probably tied, and then Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, which is saying something.
right?
Like
You need to watch Haikyuu, my friend.
It's on Netflix.
I don't know. I don't think the full thing's on Netflix. Though. I think it's like
What,
2
Haikyuu?
seasons.
I mean, I have,
No, don't
I
watch
have
Haikyuu on
Crunchyroll.
Netflix.
Well, yeah. Also
Yeah.
that.
Well, just saying, like, if you don't pay for
Like-
forever or anything.
like
It's-
after podcast, if you want to hop in my room and watch a few episodes.
We will all watch with you.
So
I literally scream while watching it.
literally.
I'm so into it.
we both
So,
do.
so the thing that I was afraid of with Haikyuu and introducing it is that it does start out a little slow, and that
Granted, it does, but it still pulls you in.
yeah, no, it still managed to pull you in, but I was afraid that the slow pace of things was gonna like.
Dude, nothing's gonna be
But the
slower
thing
paced
is-
than My Heroes per season.
The thing
That's true.
is that when they were watching it, how I knew they were hooked on the show was during
We
a
sat
certain
up.
practice
We
match.
sat
Yeah.
forward.
The main school of the show, and they had like there's a school in there called Alba Josai, and they were like pretty much not at full strength or like full team.
Like,
for the
nowhere near
majority.
full strength.
Yeah, so they were like, "Oh yeah, we're beating Alba Josai, a powerhouse school. This is epic." And then one of their better players came in and was like, "Okay, guys, let's get to work."
Yeah, I don't
They
remember.
started, like,
I don't remember what he was.
dunking.
Yeah, I don't remember what he was up to either. But he was just like, "Oh, I'm back from the nurse's office or whatever. What I missed?" And he just, BAM! Just slam dunks on him.
And so Karasuno gets fucked for the majority of that match, but they finally managed to get appointed because they were at set point. So they managed to get appointed, but the point was one of the main characters. He looks at the guy who joined dead in the eyes and does this like stupid fast hit, and everyone flips his shit over it. These two, when that hit happened, where it's like he's like the main character gets him in his sight.
Eyes fucking like narrow. He just like locks on. And me and Vinny were just whoa.
It is so good in literally every sense. Its animation is good. Its character development is god tier. The story is still good, even though it's just people play volleyball. But, like, dude, you.
Yeah, it's so good.
And then the music just serves.
Oh yeah,
like,
the music
all
is
of it
so
up.
good.
The
Same
music
people
is
who did,
literally
My Hero, right?
Yeah, it's the
composer
same.
from
Yeah,
My Hero.
the composer
Oh,
of My
cool.
Hero.
Yeah.
So there's just like funky ass like bass grooves that start up, and you're like, oh shit, dude. I'm trying to watch, but like, it's not fair.
So I started mentioning, but I have a video of someone who did like a very, very realistic drawing of like a match, and I want to show it to you.
Okay.
Of a volleyball match.
Of Haikyuu,
Okay.
and it looks fucking great. Oh, it looks so good. I love it.
Garrett, you're not going home. You're watching all the way up to where we are, which is the 4th season.
Oh boy.
How many episodes is that? Like
No, I-
25 plus 20 something.
The first
plus another
season,
10?
yeah, the first season
It's
was
25.
25.
The second season was 25.
Yeah,
The third
and then
season was 10.
yeah, okay, yeah.
And
60, and then like they're up
We're-
to 17 right now or 18, something like that.
Are we
Oh,
that
okay.
far?
No.
not
The
14.
season
The season
is.
is-
We're only like 4 episodes into season
yeah.
4 or something.
See,
But
what
no,
it is-
because I don't want to be ahead of you. I want us to always be on par.
Yeah, because you got very far ahead.
Yeah,
of
we
me.
Yeah.
me and Kenny finished all of season 3 without Zach because Kenny was just like,
And season 2.
Well,
like
because
Zach
the
was
thing
not
is-
caught up in
Oh,
the
yeah.
slightest.
Yeah, I know. And the thing is, I did catch up after a while. But
Yeah.
the thing is that with season 3
is all one match.
It's all one match.
Fucking match.
Oh, wow.
10 episodes for one match.
So I told them, I told them, listen, you know, I know it's another season, I know it's 10 episodes,
But we're
but you're not leaving this
Yeah,
room
he
if we
told
start
us that
it.
we
And
are
I
not
did not
allowed-
argue.
We are not allowed to watch season 3 if it's not in one sitting. So we did it in one sitting. And you did it twice in one
Yes.
sitting.
Also, one of the characters on one of the enemy teams is just Isuka
Oh.
from Hunter x Hunter. He is literally just Isuka.
See, and the thing is,
Well.
what's great about this show in particular is the fact that not only does your team, the one that you're following, have every character has a personality. Everyone on the enemy teams
Has a personality.
has a personality.
And
a
backstory.
actually
Right.
give
And, like,
each character
everything.
a character. You know what I
So
mean?
like
Right.
something like so even like there was a match where it literally lasted one episode, and then Kenny was like, "Get fucked, losers! Get like because it's the show that where the main school gets to show off their new moves, and Kenny was like, "Get fucked, losers!"
And
And,
then
then
they-
they went into backstory
Yeah,
mode.
and you're like,
and
look how,
Kenny
look
was
how
like,
hard this guy worked to get
and
there.
Kenny
how
was like,
he's,
"Don't do
getting
this to
developed."
me! Don't give me character."
Because they started showing off, because every team is meant to be, they're all players. They're all working towards the same goal. They all worked hard to get where they are. And so once they start showing that, because this team was like getting shit on, and they like the players, if it's the one I think you're talking about,
Yeah,
like they
probably
were
is.
not great, you know?
They weren't bad. They weren't great.
Yeah, they weren't bad, they weren't great. They were just sort of like mediocre all the way through. And I was like, because the main characters, this is the time where you're like rooting for them more than anything, because they're pushing so hard to get to where they want to be. And so I was like, man, these losers are getting fucked. What the fuck are they even doing here? And then they pulled up the flashback mode, and I was like, don't you fucking start with me. Don't you fucking do it.
And then they did it.
And then Kenny got to it.
It still wasn't nearly enough for me to be like,
Oh yeah, 100%. But
Like-
it was still saddening.
yeah.
It's like
The point is, watch the show.
Yes.
All right.
Watch it with us here. Right, you should cancel the podcast.
Let's go, gamers.
Not another podcast where someone walks out. So, I really wanted to binge watch. What's it called? Fuck. You know what? Never mind. Forget that. Because something happened earlier today, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?" You know how they're gonna add The Last Airbender on Netflix?
Haven't they already done that before? Or no.
No. So I thought it was gonna be the show, right? But apparently, I thought, from what I read, Netflix was making an original Airbender movie.
Yeah, movie. No, they're making a show.
Okay, well, the movie got added.
Why did the movie get
And I
added?
was like, is this the one that they were talking about? Because I then Googled it, and the fucking characters were the same. Everything looked the same. But it said that they weren't going to start filming until early 2020 and probably wouldn't be released until 2021. But the movie's on Netflix. And I was like, I guess they were wrong, right? So I started watching it. And I'm like, there's no fucking way that this was made this year. It does not look like it was made this year.
You never saw the last Airbender movie?
No. But that's what I'm saying. They said that they weren't going to start filming until 2020.
Yeah, because it's not the thing that they were filming.
What?
What are you confused about?
They were making a Airbender movie.
No, well, M. Night Shyamalan still is trying to make his sequel to his movie. That was dog shit.
No.
Netflix is making a live-action show of Airbender.
Okay, well, the movie's shit.
You're correct.
Yeah.
Why? Don't.
I was like, this is garbage.
Yes.
So I turned it off after 20 minutes.
20? You should have turned it off after 2.
It was so bad.
Have you never watched the movie?
No.
Did you never even knew the movie existed?
I knew the movie existed.
Okay. So
But I never watched it
You
originally.
pulled up an Airbender movie and you're like, this is a different thing.
Huh?
This isn't the thing I knew about. Play.
No, because I heard that the Netflix was making something Airbender, so I Googled it, and they were like, Airbender movie, they're not going to start filming until early 2020. And I'm like, okay. So is this the new movie that they made? And then I started watching, and I was like, there's legitimately no way. Because this looks like it was made in 2002.
Because it was.
Yeah.
The worst thing ever made. Probably next to the Dragon Ball movie.
Or the
is-
live-action Death Note movie.
Anime adaptation. Live action anime adaptations. Bad.
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 100% correct. The reason why anime works as anime is because they're not real people. If real people acted like the way some anime characters do, I'd be concerned for the human race's
I don't
continued
know.
existence.
No,
I
I
would
am
definitely
already.
watch poker a lot more. The fucking random noises that they make.
Joe Zaja put out a video that was what it's like to voice act in anime. And so he's playing both the characters, and so he gets in the booth, and the guy's like, all right, hey, thanks, Joe, for coming in. And he's like, oh, yeah, thanks for having me. And he's like, all right, so we've just got a couple of lines that we need you to read for our new show, and then he lists out, like, a Fate-style title, where it's like, Zexia XSS3, The Return of the Vinland, or whatever the fuck. And he's like, okay, so we need you to be surprised. And he's like, and he goes, sorry, it's like a 3-part surprise. And he goes, and he's like, I think you're going to need to draw it out to a 6-part surprise. And he's like, I don't think people get 6-part. He's like, remember, it's anime. He's like, okay, yeah. He's like, I need you to be surprised. And he's like, it's the most surprise you've ever had. And he goes, oh! And he's like, okay, but you're seeing like, and he lists out the full title again. He's like, you're seeing like that for the first time. It's really fucking good. Joe Zaja is a blessing.
It was pretty much like I just said it, but it was the other way. Because whenever we went to RTX, there's a lot of panels where
I wasn't there.
I know.
Stop looking at me.
I know I'm talking to you like I'm telling the story to you,
No.
dipshit.
No.
Anyway, fine. You're not being looked at
Just,
for the rest
yeah,
of the
just
podcast.
tell it to
Okay,
Garrett.
bye.
Anyway, so while we were at RTX, there's a lot of panels where they were talking about voice acting and whatnot, and he was like, oh fuck, who was it?
I think it was Miles, right?
Well, yeah, but he was talking about one of the directors. They're like, you come in,
Oh, I don't
and
remember.
this one person that watches you do your recordings, he's full on honest with you. Like, if you're not doing good, he will stop you. He will be like, no. that was not good. Try that again.
And they know it's not from any like bad place in his heart. It is purely just we both want the best job to be done.
And so they were like, oh, I thought that was pretty good. And they're like, no, that was shit. I want you to redo that one. Like, okay. But then he went on to the whole thing where he was like, you have to make some things that, normal people don't do. Like whenever you get a good hand in poker, and, they'll do the smile. Smiles don't have sounds, but you have to go.
Because that's how anime do.
Yeah. You have to make a noise with everything.
Yeah.
But it was great. I loved all those panels.
Mm-hmm. It was the RTX panels were a lot more insightful than I thought they'd be.
Oh yeah. No, I thought they were just gonna be like, I'm a voice actor.
Yeah. Like
they're like, here's how to do all this.
And I don't mean from like the actual voice actors.
Yeah.
Not to like say like Barbara isn't like a voice actress because she is.
Yes.
But the ones that are like have been doing it a lot longer, the ones that are more professional, I knew that theirs, Monica Rial's, I knew her panel would be good.
Hers was so good.
Yeah.
Holy
but
shit.
I just thought that the ones that were just like Rooster Teeth specifically, because they're still like up and coming.
Mm-hmm.
So I just figured it'd be a little less professional and a little less like actual advice. But they were good.
They were great.
Yeah.
I really want to go again. But I think it's obviously.
I'm pretty sure it's canceled, yeah.
Well, not canceled. I'm pretty sure it was delayed.
Oh, well, whatever.
Because I know they were like. Actually, I don't know. I need to look into it because I know they already started selling tickets before all this started happening.
I mean, they could have refunded. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I know that's
Probably
what because Smite did that. Like Smite's not even doing it until another year, like for SWC, and they were like, we're not going to be selling tickets until further notice.
Yeah.
Like until we know that this thing is gonna go away, then we're not gonna be selling tickets.
Yes.
But yeah, fuck Corona. Redacted.
Yeah, I'm redacted.
For
Oh yeah, since you didn't get to finish watching last week's episode of the podcast, did you finish our conversation on coronavirus? Since as you probably have noticed, you
Did we
can't
start
say.
off with
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we started off with coronavirus.
Oh, okay.
That was like the first 10 minutes or something.
Yeah.
You can't say coronavirus on YouTube.
Yeah.
You'll
have
get
to say-
demonetized.
You have to say
Redacted.
If
Censored virus.
If it is in the title at all, then it will keep that banner on the bottom of the video that says coronavirus 19 or COVID-19 blah 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 blah. Here's how to learn information, like as if people don't know what it is. Well, they don't know what it is.
yeah.
Because it's 5G.
But they know
That's what it is.
they know of it is the thing.
No.
It's funny to me when people take bacterial medicine for a virus because then they're just gonna get sick later on. And
Just
they're-
inject Ebola into your bloodstream.
yes.
I remember like was it last week?
I already forgot how we brought that up or where that came from.
It was the JonTron Goop video from today.
Oh yeah. So JonTron.
Yay, let's talk about it.
Sorry.
Watch JonTron, he's great.
Yeah.
I mean,
Sorry,
yeah, he
Ebola?
might have been a little racist one
So
time, but
so basically these. I don't remember their names. I'm not going to. These
it
ladies.
was Goop. We talked about it before
Yeah,
with Gwyneth
there were these-
Paltrow's vagina candle.
Yeah.
There was these ladies though. They were like, oh,
little bit more preference though.
Oh, okay.
Goop, Gwyneth Paltrow's
Yeah, but I'm not gonna
company.
remember her name. We're
They
talking
made
about her name.
they got a Netflix special.
Oh no.
They have 6 episodes dedicated.
Like the company.
Yes, they got 6 episodes dedicated. It's a documentary about like them experimenting with their health care.
And how they made the vagina.
No.
I really want.
God,
know
I
that.
wish. But it's like them experimenting with healthcare.
By doing drugs.
Yeah,
Hard fucking drugs.
including doing drugs in Jamaica, being in cold water, looking at your genitals.
What?
And then they go, isn't that beautiful?
Yeah, beside the point. Go on with what
Okay,
you're saying.
but so for the ice one, or for like the cold water one, they found some crazy dude.
This crazy motherfucker, this crazy Dutch dude.
Yeah, no, and they're like, oh yeah, you're like, you go into cold like 6 degrees Celsius water, and he's like, yes, I am Iceman.
He literally says, "I am the Iceman."
They're like, but they're like, he's like, oh yes, I inject E. coli into myself and like all this other crazy shit.
He got the E. coli bacteria injected
This
into his
digestive-
bloodstream.
This digestive bacteria in your bloodstream will kill you.
Yeah, he said that since he is such a professional in the cold waters, he gets into like 0-degree water.
And that people call him the Iceman.
Well, like, yes, we've been over that. Thank you.
No, he called himself the Iceman, but I forgot to mention that he said that other people call him the Iceman, and all, like, I already forgot her name, Gwyneth something?
Gwyneth.
Paltrow.
Sure, yeah, that whatever. Gwyneth.
Amal
was
doesn't
like-
watch movies.
I don't
If you folks at home don't know.
I don't remember the names of people I don't like, and I just barely remember the names of the people I do like.
Annie
So-
doesn't watch movies.
And I don't watch movies. I don't even remember the names of the movies I've watched. So, oopsies. But
That can be a game show. Let's have a game show where it's
What
a
movie has a
mall.
mall walk?
Yeah, no. Yeah, it's a mall, and we make up a bunch of movie names, and he has to guess.
Which
He has to-
which
he
ones
has
are
to
real?
match- he has to match them with the cover. Like
Or
the couch.
alternatively, like, we can do multiple
I'm
rounds
scared.
to it too, where there's one round where he has to guess which one is not a fake title, and then we do a bunch of fake titles and a bunch of fake premises, and he has to match the fake
Dude, we
premise.
are filming this next weekend.
I'm literally.
I legitimately love this idea.
I'm gonna lose.
Okay, but anyway, so yeah, there's a point where they're talking to Iceman, and he's like, I have trained my body so that when I am lowered into these cold temperature waters, that my body in fact does not get cold.
He said, and then one of the ladies was like, "Oh, so you've trained your nervous system? Hey, folks, you can't train your nervous system."
Yeah, they're literally talking about it, and Gwyneth Paltrow goes, "That's crazy."
Like-
Like she's just accepting it.
Like-
She's like, "Oh my god, that's so great."
The only way you
So
cannot feel cold in water is if you've damaged your nerves to not feel cold.
Yeah.
And that's a
Why
dangerous.
He's the Iceman.
Correct.
He damaged his nerves. And
With
now
ice.
he's-
So yeah, the 6 episodes are all about a different like experimental healthcare they're doing. The first one was drugs, like hardcore drugs. The second one was Iceman. The third one was
Fireman.
genitals. Was the third one genitals?
I don't remember. Dude, I already told you, I barely remember the names of the things I do like.
The fourth one,
Are these like hour each?
I think so.
But like
Oh,
the
no.
craziest thing was with the drugs one, John, because they had like little.
Oh yeah.
they had these little. I already know. I
They
don't-
like roll joints.
Yeah, and then they.
They had to go to Jamaica too because that's where there are no regulations.
Yeah.
It is
Yeah.
just a wild fuck fest.
Yeah.
That's why they went to Jamaica.
Jamaica is
So they.
anarchy.
So they
lit
got
these joints.
yeah
right?
but these joints were like that big and like thoroughly thick.
And then John went, put that dick, and he got this log, set it down on the table, got a blowtorch. He got a blowtorch, lit it on fire, and smoked a log. And he was like,
all for the joke. The fucking determination on this man. He just laid his balls out on the table. He was like, "Yeah, watch this."
But-
log?
just a straight wooden log.
Where
and
did
then,
he get the log from?
fuck if I know, he just pulled it up from under the table. But
Oh,
I
I'm
mean,
gonna set
like,
this log up for later. I'm gonna smoke out of it, okay?
like
John, I don't think that's healthy.
the worst part about this was the fact that like when they did this dude, he's on this drug now. I don't even know what the fuck he was on, and he's
Kevin, the guy at Goop, was on mushrooms, and he
And-
just starts fucking freaking the fuck
yeah,
out.
he's like, I feel like I'm in a circle, and like I'm in the middle of a light that's in the middle of a circle, and then these two guys
Yeah,
come
these
over
two
and hug him.
these two fucking strangers just come up and hug him, and they start like vibrating his chest.
and then one of the girls was like, it was so beautiful seeing Kevin's loneliness and sorrow being washed away by these two
So-
dads that he's never had. And
Yeah,
I'm like,
she starts-
Who
she-
the fuck is this?
she starts saying it was so beautiful to get to experience Kevin as if he found his dad's or something. And then so at the end of that episode, again, episode 1. What a start. At the end of that episode, it's him in like Gwyneth's office or whatever, and they're sitting facing each other, and he's like, I have finally realized that I've felt lonely for 36 years or something. He says literally something along those lines, and she just like starts like smiling at him. And he's like, okay, for 39 years. And John's like, well, which is it, buddy? And then he just sits up and hugs her. And that's the episode.
What?
What was the
The-
one where her Gwyneth's co-host was just ragging the shit out of her?
Yeah, it was. I can't remember what.
Oh no, I think it was the Ice Dude.
Dude,
Was it the Ice Dude?
They're getting paid for this.
Exactly.
I love that.
But
They're a cult. But
like,
so yeah, no,
insane.
so they're talking about like the cold water takes the stress away or whatever. The Iceman is like the cold people don't realize that like cold water relieves stress or something. And John's
Factually
like, yeah,
incorrect.
John's like, yeah, you fucking idiots. What are you stressed? Just get some fucking cold water, idiot. But so
co-host.
the co-host turns to Gwyneth as she's talking to the dude. She's like, yeah, a lot of people don't realize like she has everything. You know, she's beautiful. She has money. She has everything she could want. And the look on Gwyneth's face is just like she's trying to like. You can tell she's trying to like
Not
be
punch this-
composed. Yeah, but this woman is like, she literally tells Gwyneth, "Shut up. You have everything you could ever want," and she's just like, ah, like.
And then, but at the end of the Ice Man thing, he just randomly got up and said, "Do push up,"
Yeah, he makes them do push-ups.
and they were like, "What?"
It is.
And then
It
he's
is.
like,
He gets
"You
out
need
of
to-
the ice and just don't push up.
It is, and John makes a point that it is not edited. It is just completely silent.
You know, it
The guy
completely-
stands there and watches them do push-ups.
And then, like, the push-ups they're doing aren't even like real push-ups.
They're on their
They've
knees.
They're on their hard, like, just straight knees, and their legs are in the air,
Yeah.
like the back end of their legs. And I'm like,
Suck my ice dick.
are you just dolphins? Like, what the fuck are you doing?
The last episode, because every single experimental healthcare thing they explore is batshit crazy. One of them is psychic. They
yeah,
get a
that's-
psychic in to whatever. I don't even remember what the
One
fuck
of the
they're trying-
only normal human beings who I've come to cherish on that show.
So yeah, there's their food editor, whatever the fuck that is. Their food editor meets with a psychic, and the psychic is like, I think I'm getting a like an L or an E vibe. Is there anyone around your family who like their name starts with an L or an E? And she's like, no.
And then
She and
she
then,
looks so offended. By
yeah, because
that too.
because they do the little like reality show like where they're talking in front of the camera thing, you know, Office style. And she's like, yeah, no, I think the whole psychic thing is not real. I
you,
think
like if you're gonna be a psychic, you need to be nailing this shit
yeah,
on the head.
if you want to prove these kinds of outlandish things, you've got to get it right, you know. And so the psychic's like, yeah, I'm picking up like a story about a donkey, and
is
she
there like a Shrek?
yeah, she literally says, I feel like someone's thinking about Shrek, and the woman's like, no.
And then in order to salvage it,
Yeah.
some random like person comes in and goes, "I was just thinking about having a like wedding with a donkey."
Yeah, the
No.
like producer or whatever. She comes in crying. She's like, I think you're reading Lindsay's thoughts. And the psychic turns around. She's like, that's what it is.
Oh my.
She
my
turns
God.
she turns to her. She's like, sometimes you get the brainwaves mixed up or whatever the fuck. And so she
Bring
comes.
her out here,
She
bring her out here.
she comes.
Is your kid gay? She's like, I don't have kids.
So Lindsay comes in crying. She's like, my grandpa had a story about how he really wanted a donkey at our wedding.
No.
That's what it was, and it was. I'm sitting there like,
So all of the shit is like this batshit crazy, stupid, whatever the fuck, not your legitimate healthcare things. And then the last episode is just diet. It's just like have a good diet. So 3 of them pick up different dietary styles where it's like one is keto and like one's pescatarian or whatever. And then they start off with the diet, and then the episode just completely goes into like facial acupuncture and shit for some reason, and like smearing shit on your face. And it's like, where did the diet go?
This is your diet.
and then the like the very last part of the episode, they were talking with
Oh,
some
yeah.
like actual human being who knows their shit, and they're like, "Hey, so you know, how do you actually manage your health?" And she was like, "Well,
She
you
lists
know,
off all the basic things that people know. It's
yeah,
like eat well, sleep.
sleep, exercise. Sometimes there's a little bit of genetics that plays a part in there.
You don't take cold baths to reduce stress.
You don't go to Jamaica once a month and do drugs.
And then Gwyneth goes, "Oh, so you can do most of this stuff for free?" And John loses
his shit. He's like, what the fuck am I paying for?
I love how this whole thing with Goop has just made Gwyneth Paltrow make fun of herself.
And also get hella money off it.
Well, yeah,
I fucking hate it.
it's
Listen, I'd make fun of myself too if I got paid for it. I already make fun of myself.
on stream.
I already make fun of myself. Give me money.
Yeah, what the hell?
Yeah, we're not making
Why isn't the
money for it.
government paying me?
Yeah, well,
She's making money off making a cult.
Yeah, well, we didn't. We weren't in.
just make a
We're
cult.
not forming a cult.
we weren't in
Right,
Avengers Endgame, so we don't.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
fucking right.
Yeah, our privilege is low. But we are an hour and 6 minutes.
I think you're objectively wrong.
Let's just
Oh,
record a
no.
24-hour podcast.
I
Just
think
a
I would
never-
Let's just
mentally
record
lose my
our
sanity
whole
from not
lives.
being able to play any games.
So yes, I'm gonna end it here.
Mm-hmm.
But thank you guys for coming out and watching this podcast. Any last goodbyes?
No,
Goodbye.
you're bad.
YouTube.com/AzraelVanity, Twitch.tv/AzraelVanity.
I,
I'm gonna put you to sleep.
Goodbye.
Bye.